Hello all and welcome back to another model railway video. Now, as I mentioned previously in the last video I did, I'm going to be taking a look at another Hornby locomotive today in 00 scale. The locomotive is the 2P class and this example is in the SDJR blue livery. This is a fantastic locomotive. I'm really fond of it. I love the colour scheme. A bit different compared to the other 2E class engines that were out there because most of them were mainly painted black. But this one is in the lovely blue livery with the yellow lining around the edges. It's a fantastic model. Now, the reason I've chosen to look at this particular engine today is Hornby announced in their 2023 range that they're going to be producing another one of these engines. This one is from 2015, I believe, but the new one, the only difference that I can see, there's a few cosmetic changes, like the wheels on the new one are blue and the number's different. This one's number 44, the other one is number 46. So I thought by having a look at this locomotive it gives you an idea of what to expect from the one that's coming out. I could be wrong though, the tooling might be completely different, the body might look different, it may be a different motor, different gearbox, it may be a whole new tooled model, but from what I gather I think it's going to be exactly the same tooling, it's just going to have a few different things cosmetically, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm now going to have a close look at this locomotive and then I will put it on the track and give it a run for you guys. So, we'll get into it. Right, so let's have a close look at this fantastic model. Now, in terms of the livery, it is stunning. I really like this cross between the blue with the yellow lining all the way around it. It looks really cool. Now, I'm going to start off actually in the cab of this loco because I want to talk about one thing. It's the only thing for me that lets this engine down. No paintwork on the cab detail whatsoever. This is an older model, by the way, so a lot of the older models didn't have painted cab work, but this is one of the standard range. It's not a railroad model. It's roughly from around 2015, I think, so I can forgive it because it is a bit older, but I'm hoping that the new one that they are going to produce does have painted cab detail on it, because it does need it, because it's a very open cab. When you're going around a track, the tender's small enough that even when you're looking side on, the light's not the best at the moment, but you can see that cab work completely. It's very open, so it does need cab detail. That's my only grievance with this model. The rest of it is very well done. So I'll start with the loco end first and work my way back to the tender. So as you can see, the really nice, what I would call almost a navy blue with the beautiful gold lining. You've got it going all the way along the running boards, you've got it going over the arches of the wheels and right the way around the cab. And you've got two, what I'll call boiler bands going around there, slightly brighter yellow, one on there and one right by the firebox. You can see those there, look really good. You've also got quite a bit of pipe work going on here, beautiful handrail arrangement, looks good. I can see just down there you've got the tiny little lubricator, so that's right on the side. You've also got a lever there. I would say that could be your reversing lever because the valve gear on these engines in real life is all internal. As you can see, it's a very simple style of loco and I do like it. It looks nice with just your coupling rods between your driving wheels and the rest of it's just pretty basic. And in terms of this engine's performance, it's actually really good as a result because it doesn't have all the valve gear that it has to move and push and pull. It's just your two connecting rods and that's it. So it is a very good runner as a result, but I'm not going to give too much away on that. Now, on the front, where the smoke box is, you've got some brilliant rivet detail. I don't know if you can see that too well, but there's all of the rivets going along the plate underneath the smoke box, then the smoke box itself. That looks fantastic. I really like how that's been done. Looks really good. And also your driving wheels and your front wheels are really nicely done. They're just painted black with your spokes. They look really good. In terms of other detail, you've got the nice prints. You've got the 44, which is just there. That looks really good. And then right above you've got your class print, the 2P print, which is up there. That looks really good. You've got other small details like your boiler plugs there, or I think those could be the stays, I think. And I'm pretty sure that one there could be a boiler plug or something, but yeah, look really good. and you can see at the very top, I'll talk a bit more about them when we look at the Loco at a top view, but you've got your safety valves and your whistle, and they look to be actual brass. I'm pretty sure they look certainly like it. They look really good. And then you've got your dome and your chimney as well. It looks really good. And some steps. You've got a set of steps leading up to the running board on the side, and then one up to your cab. And of course, nice cab. You've got the little handrails on the back there. That looks really good. Now I'll move on to the tender. I've just got my big thumbprint on it. I'll wipe that off. So, in terms of the tender, very simple style tender, 6 wheels all up, so you got 3 axles there. That looks really, really cool, the style. I like this in behind the simple Loco, simple tender. And you've got the nice SDJR prints on the side. Now, for those of you who don't know what SDJR stands for, it stands for Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. So if you didn't know what it stood for, that's what it stands for. You've got some nice good underframe detail there. You've got the steps either ends. The axle boxes look really, really nice with the springs picked out there. And then I can see that the wheels are metal with spokes. Looks really, really good. You've got the lovely yellow lining going all the way around the edges as well. That looks nice. And I can see a handrail there and a small one at the back. Now I will do the top of the Loco next, and then we'll look at each end of the engine. So, top of the locomotive itself, you can see your chimney, your dome, you can see there's your boiler band detail. Not all of them are painted, of course, and I can see the safeties and the whistle, and the roof has been done quite nicely as well. Black painted roof at the very top with the you can see the sliding vent. That doesn't actually slide, I don't think, and some nice rivet detail. And then the top of the tender, you've got a coal load. It's a little bit iffy, the coal load, but it is an older model, so I will forgive it. It's a nice glowing glossy colour, but I have seen better coal loads, but I'm not going to hold it against it. And yeah, some other nice detail, your water filler cap there, and other bits and pieces. I can see the top of the toolbox and where the coal load exits out. And I'll show you the back of the front of the tender, I should say. You can see the brake handles there, the little toolbox, and where the coal spills out. That all looks really, really nice. So, put the Loco down, kind of spin it around. We'll have a look at the rear of the engine, or the rear of the tender. So you can see there's a bit of detail there. I can see you've got some metal buffers. They're not sprung, but they look really, really nice. There's your little pipe on the rear there, which is attached. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about these in a second, but you've got your smaller coupler there. It's actually got different coupling on the front, which I'll show you. And yeah, just some other little bits of detail, little lamp bracket there. And I'm pretty sure that's either a builder's plate or something. It hasn't actually had it printed, but there's the frame for one there. Well, the outline, I should say. But yeah, looks pretty nice. And a red buffer beam, of course, as well. Now, at the front of the engine, it sort of accelerates in terms of detail. On the back end, you've got no prints whatsoever, whereas at the front, you've actually got quite a few prints going on. You've got the SDJR right on the buffer beam there. Metal buffers, again, not sprung. Now, I want to talk about this quickly. You've got a different coupling here. Just grab the Loco gently. Got a larger coupling on the front, and I think this is just because originally it would have been these couplings, and they've only been able to modify just the back brace. They haven't bothered to modify the coupling brace or whatever, how it's attached on the front. But yeah, it's not too bad, but it would be nice to have the same coupling either end. It would just look a whole lot better. Now, in terms of smokebox detail, you can see you've got a lamp bracket, you've got your lamp bracket, there's the number. I can also see it's either a builder's plate or your shed number plate. Again, not printed. You've only got the 44 printed on the centre of the smoke box. There's no overprints there at all. And other details that you've got your little pipe on the front. And yeah, some other nice standard smoke box detailing. And you can see your chimney at the top there as well. Looks really good. But yeah, it's a very simple locomotive. I do like the style of this engine. It's really, really nice. The livery is what makes it. I have seen these engines in BR black and other colours, and they don't look as nice. They look a bit too simple and a bit boring. I'm not going to get too harsh on that, but I must say the SDJR livery on this, it really brings the Loco to life. It just makes it look so much nicer. I really am fond of it. And Hopefully the new version that they are going to be producing, number 46, will incorporate much more detail. It may be upgraded in several more ways. I'm hoping that it is quite a step up, because it would be nice to see this Loco with just a bit more detail on, especially the big thing, as I said, cab detail. It needs cab detail, is because with an open engine like this, having it so you can see the back head with no painted detail on it, yeah, just doesn't look that nice. But yeah. Anyway, I will now get to running this locomotive on the layout. I'll put it on light engine first, then I'll connect it up to some passenger coaches. I've got some coaches I'm testing at the moment which have actually got lights in them. I bought them a while ago but haven't actually bothered using them, so I thought today's the day. I'll give them a run, and this Loco will tow them around. Very good, we'll get to running the engine. So there we are, 2P class locomotive number 44 from the SDJR is now on the track. I'm now going to give it a run light engine, then I'll put it on with the coaches, and also I've got something to run on the inside line as well. I've got a Railroad 3F class locomotive from SDJR, number 24, which will be hauling some freight wagons on the inside line. So, should be a good running session. Right, we'll get into it. So there we go, folks. That is Hornby's 2P class locomotive from the SDJR number 44. I really like this locomotive, and I don't know about you, but it looks so effortless when it's running without all the valve gear and the motion going on with it. When it's cruising along, it's going quite quick, but it doesn't actually look that way. The rods are just slowly revolving around the wheels. It just looks really cool when it runs. I really like how it looks. And the little 3F that was running around, even though it's a little railroad model, it looks fantastic running alongside it. I do need to get some more SDJR locomotives. I will definitely be getting the new 2P when it comes out, and when I do get it, there will definitely be a comparison video going on compared to this one to see what improvements have been made, if any at all, and what differences there are between the two models. So that will be something to look forward to whenever they decide to release it, could be quite a while, judging from other locomotives which they have been producing, which have taken quite a while. But it'll be something to look forward to. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this small running session today. I thought it would be a good loco to look at for that very reason of just giving you an idea of what these locos look like and how they perform. And hopefully, if the new example is very similar to this, it will be a good insight into what the new ones can do. Very good. Hope it's been enjoyable, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.